Here we are.
Here we are. This is the topic.
Oh, man, we got a fun one today.
Yeah. Well, let's see how this works.
So first of all, today is someone's birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday to you.
58.
Woo!
I didn't think I'd make this. I really didn't.
Woohoo! That is getting up there.
Lucky you're still 39.
Right. So we're going to talk about aging gracefully today.
Yeah, what's that about? Really? Seriously?
Aging
a guy
gracefully.
Graceful, that's like a counterintuitive piece.
Okay, well, do you want to age like Stone Agey or what?
No,
Okay,
no.
so let's age
I don't
gracefully.
think graceful is like, I don't know if there's another word that's more descriptive for a male.
Macho? You want to age macho-y?
Well, probably.
Okay, so we're going to
Sean
age
Connery, a little
macho-y today.
And
And
myself there. Oof.
see, old man. Okay, so before we get started, we're going to tell a couple old man stories just because, we gotta.
There
We
we go.
gotta.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right.
So,
It's a roast. This is turning into a roast.
no. Just some fun little loving stories.
All right.
So when we first got together, and the kids started getting to know you, and they were like, "Wow, you're old," because you were a few years older than me.
And really, I'm only like, 3 or 4 years older
What? Oh, no, than me?
No.
6.5.
than... No. Well, never mind.
So,
The other male figure in their life is...
well, I know, but still,
Yeah.
that you're
The vision,
older.
the gray
You're older,
hair. I
okay?
know, yeah.
So anyways, so the kids, especially Trevor, started calling you
Geezer.
Geezer.
Really?
Like, oh, Geezer.
Geezer wasn't one of them.
Okay, so it's cute. So he rarely calls you by name. He calls you Geezer a lot of the time.
Especially when he's trying to poke the bear.
Right. So then we bought this cute little place up at Bass Lake. We
Oh, gosh.
we
yeah.
stole this place. It was in shambles, and we were able to
Remodeled. We
get
could
it
do
at this
remodel.
great
Yeah.
deal. We remodeled. It's super cute. But as we were in the buying process, we bought this house, and we were trying to name it because we name our
Homes,
houses,
name our
right?
cars.
So I was coming up with things like the tree house and
The bear den.
yeah.
The obvious.
And you were like, no, nah. So then I said, okay, because this little place is in a 55 plus community.
Then we qualify, right? All of a
I
sudden,
don't
I'm
qualify,
the qualifier.
just so everybody is aware. I don't qualify to
right.
live there, but you do. And so that's great because we have this cute little place. And so then I jokingly said, it's called the geriatric ward.
Nope.
No way, you said.
First of all, I have no problem with aging, but seriously have an issue with trying to force myself into something
Anyways,
age box, as they say.
in the age box, we are living in part-time a 55 plus community, dude. You are getting old. So anyways, my friend came over and we were talking about, what are we going
Sitting
to name
around
this
having
place?
a glass of wine,
Out by the
laughing
fire
about this
pit,
deal.
yeah. And she goes, the Jerry.
I want to go to
The Jerry. I want to go to the Jerry.
G-E-R-I.
It stands for geriatric ward
Right.
in the shortened version that almost seems cool. So
So at least there's a little slang, a little younger,
The Jerry.
hip reaction, right? And so
need-
now it's even better because it's space 55, right? So it's the Jerry at 55. I think cooler.
So, anyways, we are so cool living in our 55 plus community life, aging
modular home.
gracefully. And we are at the Jerry. So we need some merch.
Right.
Okay. But anyway,
We're
so
working on that. Stay tuned. Go to the Resort Age Success website. We'll have it available someday soon.
anyways, aging gracefully.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, babe.
We tease you, but we love you, and we'll let you blow your candles out at the end of the show. But we are going to talk about some ways to age gracefully. Before we do that, we're going to do our little word association game.
Oh boy.
And
Simon here. I get to be the roasted.
you-
Let's go.
It's not being roasted. It's not being roasted. So we're going to start with the game, and then we're going to move on to some tips on not getting old.
Yeah. Huh. You know, when we start talking about this show, it's like tips on getting old. It's like all of a sudden I actually grasped out a couple of things. I guess we really do that. So here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So I'm going to say some words, and you are going to say the first thing that comes to your mind. And if you are listening out there or watching, play along. Think of the words that maybe come to your mind and how this
If you're blessed enough to be in this crowd,
ties in. Everybody is aging, just so you know. You
happens
could
every
be
day, I guess. Yeah.
25, you are aging, and that looks so different for every person,
Do you
right?
remember when you were a kid and 30 was old? I always thought, man, I'm never going to make it to 30 years old. You kidding me?
Yes.
I lived fast and hard. Who am I kidding? Nope.
I
Lucky enough here.
distinctly remember my mom's 30th birthday, and she was upset because 30 was old.
Yeah.
And she was wearing bell-bottom polyester pants. I distinctly remember it. She was not happy. This was not a good birthday. She turned
Grammy and
30.
5'4" bell bottoms.
30. Like, I wish I could go back to 30. So, anyways, all right, here we go. Words. You ready?
Yep. Nope.
Wisdom.
Age. Ing.
Okay. Wrinkles.
Part of the deal, I guess. Yeah.
Part of the deal. Darn it. Retirement.
Not my game.
We've talked about this many
yeah.
times, yes. You have too much going on up in here to retire, yeah. Okay. Memory.
Memory or memories?
Memory.
Gosh, I don't have a word for that one because, to be honest with you, I don't feel like I have memory problems. So it's if that ties to that. Aging here.
Wait, I can't remember.
Move on.
Okay.
Pass.
Yes, quick. Maturity.
Love it.
All right. Experience.
Aging.
Balance.
Challenging.
Yeah, I have a word for that for you. You don't know how. Resilience.
Do it.
Do it. Okay. Self-care.
Important.
Acceptance.
Gosh, I don't even have. That's pass. I don't know. What I mean, how did acceptance play into aging?
You got to accept that you're old.
Oh. Wow.
It's so
See, I told you guys, this is a roast. Here it comes.
It's so far beyond what you want to do.
This is her chance to get level up right now.
You are like, acceptance. I'm not accepting that I'm old. I ain't old. Who says I'm old?
No, I think the age-old standard literally say is I don't feel as old as they say I am, right? I don't feel like I can do anything less than I did at 24, although begrudgingly, I can't.
Meanwhile, he has something he's supposed to lay on at night to stretch his neck. There's lots of Advil going on. What else?
You think they make those big bottles for that option? Yeah, that's aging right there.
Okay.
I think the part, if I do anything now, is that I would have maybe played quite as hard physically because now I'm paying for it. But you know what? I had a lot of fun. So
We hear that a lot, right? Like people say that a lot, that, oh man, if I wasn't so hard on my body in my 20s.
Oh, well, you know, it really rung in my ears when we had David Tenkapa over the other day, and he was talking about how he's got a full knee replacement and another needs a mess. And this guy,
28.
he's 27, 28 years old. Oh, bless his heart, what's it going to look like when it's 58?
But you still look good.
Yeah, thank you. Well, stand back in the mirror, say it every day. A little
Okay.
bit further.
Today's your birthday. You have to stand a little further back.
That much.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about ways that people are aging gracefully. Things to help you so that you can age gracefully. Because it's going to happen. And let me tell you something. Every birthday is a gift. Every birthday is a gift.
yeah,
So you know
there's
what?
no doubt
Embrace
that-
it. 58 is awesome. It's wonderful. It's exciting. We get to age. Okay. So I will never, ever like not want to have a birthday because it means you're living, right?
Well, you know what? And this is my revelation to this, is that 7 years ago when we came together, I was a completely different person I am today, meaning physically. But aesthetically, different too. The big part of it, we saw a picture. He's like, "Who's that young couple?" I mean, it's 7 years ago, really. But the big part is that live it up, live it, and enjoy it,
Yeah.
and embrace it. For me, I hustle. I physically am active every day. Our business takes me to the game every day. I'm lifting golf carts and pushing carts up on the trailer and driving this and that and jumping out of things. And I feel like that was fine. Then the next morning, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So it does show up. But
Does show up. Yep.
and and they say your prime, like I'm in my prime. I think every year's my prime.
That's a good attitude.
I feel like this is just I learned a little bit more. I've lived a little bit more. And this wisdom, I guess, as you asked for, is that's the part that's fun. It's like now I know. Hate to tell you, I know. At least at this point.
His name tag does say know it all. So
Yeah.
he knows.
Yeah.
He
Well,
knows some things.
I'm a vacuum of knowledge.
Right.
Not necessarily always right, as my wife reminds me.
No. Okay, so one of the first things that the experts say is good for people that are aging and really people in general. This is a general statement, but especially for people that are aging, physical activity.
Yeah.
And you and I talk about this all the time because we talk about when people retire. I mean, you said retirement, not for me. But when people retire, a lot of times they just sit back and age, right?
Well, I say die. It's like I
Yeah.
feel that you and I have some great examples of what not dying is. Like my
Right.
mom and dad, I mean, they're in their early 70s now and hustling, right?
Hustling.
Hustling. They travel the country and dad's out there changing wheels on the big truck and this is and that. I mean, wow, what a great example.
Yeah.
We've got neighbors next door that are right now in Barcelona and traveling the world and acting.
70s in their 70s.
Yeah.
They are also a prime example of that physical activity.
But they
And
pick
it's
their
cute because when we started doing golf carts, right? And there are next door neighbors who we see all the time and adore. We're like, "You guys need a golf cart." And they're like, "Nope, we just need to walk.
Yeah.
We just need to walk."
Yeah.
And I
Hard to
actually
get around that one.
thought that was such a conscious effort on their part. They're like, "We want to stay healthy and we're in our 70s and we just need to walk."
Keep the motor running.
And obviously, we believe there's time and a place for golf carts, but I understood what they're making a conscious effort to be out there. And we see them out walking all the time,
Yeah, 2-3 times a day. Pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
right? So physical activity. My mom started a while back because she read something about being able to get up and down. Like that's a huge part of aging. And so when she gets in and out of a chair, they are retired and they hang out at their house in Morrow or wherever. She gets up and down as many times as she can before she's super tired. And then she gets up the last time to go do whatever it was she was going to do because she wants to keep the strength
Workout.
in her legs
a
and,
little workout.
in up and down. And I'm like, that's great. That's a little thing you can do. And it's not just for people in their 70s, but seriously, so many people have desk jobs and you just sit there.
Yeah.
And so getting up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yep. And I think the activity, it's a big part of it. I think that
Right.
with us in the business has changed dynamically for me. I was at the gym every day, but I could not give those attributes today based on my job
Yeah.
requirements. But I will tell you that activity is big.
Yep. So I think that one is a good one. Balanced diet and nutrition. And I feel like this one is super hard
You see
because
this in the picture?
because there's coffee cake in life.
Right.
No, because we are all so busy.
Right.
So
Today's world makes it tough because good food isn't necessarily good for you. So that's a tricky spot.
right. I mean, last night after a crazy day, and we're like, what are we going to have for dinner? We didn't really defrost anything. We didn't have plans. And so, you cooked some sausages on what were those? Like Italian sausage or I don't know,
They
something.
were sausage. They were
And on the grill and chopped them up. And that we had that.
protein.
We had
did
protein for
Animal
dinner.
style, they call it.
But it's hard to have that time, and it's super important. So I'm going to add to this because we're big advocates of this, vitamins. So
Yeah.
where
Every single day.
your food leaves off, the vitamins can pick up and
Hopefully a little bit of a gap. Your body doesn't use it. But I think the thing is just be consistent. It's like
Yeah.
every little thing, you just got to try to make it average. You can't make it perfect every day. There is a day to have pizza. I hate to tell you, it's
Yeah.
But the other thing
Everything in
too is
moderation.
try to balance moderation. That's what my parents were great examples of that.
Yeah.
Just moderation.
I remember my grandma, she took vitamins every day. I feel like she was kind of ahead of her time because back then,
Yeah,
like that wasn't really a thing,
that was
but she
very
was
earthy at
very,
that time. Yeah, people looked at it
yeah,
differently.
she took vitamins all the time. So, skincare and sun protection. Okay, Dad, if you are listening, I am talking
Right.
to you.
Yeah.
The sun is so bad for you. You are a sun baby too. You love the sun.
Born in the sun, baby.
I
And that's
love the
it.
sun too, but
Yeah.
it is, I know my skin is not great for it, but
But you have to know that that too is also a big part of health. That
it is.
being outdoors, being in the sun, you have to pick your person, pick your challenges, how you get there. But that vitamin D and also just that daylight as a whole opens up your day. We look outside this morning; it's gray on my birthday. Which, go figure. It's Turkey-ish day.
Is it chrome?
No, this is chrome.
Is it chrome out there?
No, no,
Because
no.
you don't
This
have
is the only
gray.
chrome.
You have chrome.
That's been my coin forever.
But the sun really can be damaging, and it you have it's healthy too. So again,
balance.
moderation, balance. Sunscreen though, sunscreen.
Yeah. It should be.
Really is important. I preach this to my dad. I've bought him sun shirts. I have bought sunscreen. I have bought big hats.
Yep. Old farmer boy. He
Love
likes
you,
to be
Dad.
out
Wear
there.
your sunscreen. Put your hat on.
Yeah.
Mental health and cognitive wellness.
That's a big topic. ACR, Tracy's aunt, is very plugged into what that looks like because there's some history for you and the cognitive piece. I think exercising your brain is a big part of. I come
Yeah.
from a family of readers, which
What?
past me, I was like, skip that
I was like,
generation.
wait.
I'm visual. I have to watch videos. Thanks to University of YouTube. But the part
Not a
is that
reader.
you those readers kept cognitives.
Yeah.
That you're exercising your brain daily, input, because it does create best results daily.
I think you often see a lot of older people doing the puzzles, the
We're crosswords.
crosswords. See? Help me.
39.
Yeah, 39. Here I am. Not 39, but anyways. Yes, crossword puzzles,
Yeah.
reading, this Wordle. I've never played Wordle, but I hear that Wordle is like a big brain exerciser. So
I like writing invoices. It helps me exercise.
yeah, I do too. I like doing that too. But for people that are retired,
Or
especially young,
just not as active to that level. I think that's
Yeah,
the
gotta
part
keep
that
your
you have
brain
to find
healthy.
that challenge. Everybody gets to grab one or two of these topics and inject it in their day. And even as a young person, right?
right?
There's all this includes the younger world too. So because if you want to be here at the end, you got to start the stuff early. So
And I don't think that means for those, younger. I don't think that means like video games all the time, 24/7. That does not help
I
your
think there's
brain.
some tools there. I mean, I'm a big NASCAR fan historically. There's those guys nowadays that are racing by those cars are actually grown up in the digital racing world, which they say have helped a ton. So I think in moderation, again, the key word is that, right?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So that's a good one. Oh gosh, this one we're not very good at. Sleep and rest.
Yeah, I think if anything, aging's brought on just a difference in that. I mean, I used to be able to close my eyes and crash. I still do that, but then all of a sudden waking up 4 hours later, like wide awake. And I don't know where that lands, but I can tell you that it doesn't seem like I need as much rest as I get older, even though physically I'm so active that I'm exhausted at that
Right.
level. I think that some people, it's very unique how that works.
I know, and it's the brain doesn't shut off. I think you wake up if you happen to wake up in the middle of the night, then it's hard to go back to sleep.
Yeah, for me it is. Yeah, because I'm a doer, so I turn the switch on, lights are on inside my head. No, so that we're on the phone.
But sleep, I mean, they actually have apps and rings and things that you can connect to that track your sleep because it's so good for you that it is something you really are supposed to monitor. And so that is something we probably should try to think about and focus more on.
Yeah, I think your relaxation doesn't not need to be physical. You could mix all kinds of levels of what the word relaxation and rest looks like.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, right. So once again, it's a balance. For me, it's not necessarily a slowing down. To be honest with you, it's a constant hum for me that's relaxing.
I know, but that's sleep. You're
that
diverting
part. Oh,
here.
yeah.
Sleep,
Rob,
sleep,
yeah,
sleep.
yeah.
See,
I
he
always say I'll
can't
sleep
sleep.
when I'm dead. At this point, let's go.
Yeah, it's super good for you. Stress management. Stress management is such a biggie because it feels though like the world is so stressful all the time. And the fray, we call it.
Call it the pray.
And so that is a huge part of being able to age gracefully. You want to talk about when you're stressed, puts the wrinkles on the face.
Right.
Nobody wants the wrinkles on the face or anywhere else for that matter, but
Right. And I think for me,
yeah.
a person that like I am is that I live in the high speed part, which I still love. I think sometimes hard for me to remember that I am not 29 doing this. I'm 58 now. And so I do need to slow my roll, even though this up here, the squirrel could keep running around in circles. Down here, it really can't. So you got to find that medium.
Right. Stress can keep you up at night too. Like, see
Oh,
how
yeah.
all these things like play into each other?
Yep, for sure.
If you don't get enough exercise, you're not tired enough. If you are stressed out, you don't sleep well. Like, all of these build on each other. If you're stressed, you get wrinkles. Like, there's so live in a bubble, evidently,
Right.
of calmness. I don't know how that works, but
I
we
want to
can
know
try.
how George does it. George, really good looking guy. And that's
Oh,
what they were-
Clooney?
Yeah, Clooney. Like, okay.
You know how
I think
see how that
I think
came
he's
out
actually
real fast, George Clooney.
Well, I put on the spot. I always lose names and how it looks. The guy. I think he's 2 years older than I am. And dang,
He looks
I
great.
mean, we get him. We're the best two in the country, world. Confidence, just arrogance. Just
See,
having fun.
right? Okay.
No, but you see those guys, and obviously money helps.
Money helps.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
could have skin treatments, and you could have this, and you could get
You've
away
got
from
the
a
red
month at a time.
light therapy and the saunas and I mean, there's all those things.
Right.
They're
Us
gonna-
little people out here.
Right. We just have to sleep well and eat well.
Right.
All right, preventative health care. Okay, so this one actually is such a big one because if you don't go to the doctor regularly and have checkups, the sooner you find out something is wrong, the quicker you can heal.
Well, you heal quicker too.
right?
See, so age
And that
is
could
aging.
be with
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
It could be with cholesterol, it could be with weight, it could be with cancer, it could be with anything.
Right.
So,
We're blessed to have the medical system we have. As stressful as
Right.
we have it in our world, it is nowhere even close to the rest of the world. We're so lucky for that case. It may take us a little time, but yeah, go get checked out.
So this is everyone's reminder to make your appointment to go have your mammogram, colonoscopy, I don't know, whatever you need done, do it.
Right.
Just go to the doctor and make sure that you're okay.
Right.
Because the other great thing about our country, preventative care does not cost a penny. You go to the doctor.
Yeah, actually,
And-
the medical system is built around that.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. They want you to do that so that you catch things early. So go to the doctor, do all the things. Finding purpose and staying engaged. And this is obviously we're living in a world we are we are in the middle of purpose and engagement, but this is
We call it the treadmill.
more towards people that are retired or, sometimes I think empty nesters can feel this way, that there's just, what's my purpose? I was running kids around for, how many years, whatever. So volunteer, find your groups. It's so, where we live, what I love about where we live is that there are so many different groups. And they get
And
together.
it's not a retirement community. This is not where we're. This is
This is not right.
this is a little plug right out to Tesoro Viejo out here in Eastern Madera. A beautiful
Love
area.
it.
We're lucky. This is great, but it is built on community, and that's
Right.
been
I
a
mean,
blessing. Yeah.
you have a toddler group, you've got a widows group, you've got a retirement group, you've got a bourbon group, you all these different things. So I think just staying engaged and finding people
Social
that you
activity.
can connect with,
To whatever your level is, you need that.
huge.
Yeah.
Instead of just coming home, getting on the couch, watching your show, that's good too. We all need our downtime, but like staying
Right.
connected is so good for you. So, I like this one.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Positive mindset, embracing change. I could tell you this has always been a theme for since we started this show is resorting to success, right? I mean, this
Yeah,
is where we're at.
big time.
But I think that positive mindset is pick a lane and say, this is going to be half full. Get out of it, like I say in the morning. It's going to be a great day. Tell yourself that. Hear yourself say that. It doesn't matter if you're 95 or 25. You got to start somewhere.
Yep.
So that positive mindset gives you the energy to take that next step.
Right.
Make
It
your bed.
does. Yeah. And
It's
I
that
think
next step.
that, life is going to hand you curveballs. There's going to be things you have to overcome.
Right.
And but if you have a positive attitude about it and you're like, I can do this. Okay, how are we going to do this? It helps,
Right. For sure. And
right?
I think that
It's all the mindset.
yeah, and find something or somebody. I mean, we talked about this in prior show that it's a choice, and so yes, let's embrace it. Aging, embrace it. Like I said, for me, every day is my prime. I really do. I mean, I feel like I got this, and I'm blessed to be able to think that way just
Totally.
naturally. But I also too can tell you that if you put it in space, man, that fills you a lot too, because people around you respond to it
Yeah.
from one person to a crowd.
And I mean, we've said this before too, but I think it is worth repeating. Be responsible for the energy you bring into the room, right?
Yeah.
That's you bring in that positivity and, you know, it is contagious.
Yeah.
So embrace change, positive mindset, avoiding harmful habits.
Yeah.
Okay, what are some harmful habits?
Well, smoking's a big one, right?
That's the first one that
Which,
came to my
lucky
mind
enough,
too.
America's declining from that still every day.
And vaping now,
Yeah, that's declining too, which
good.
is big.
Yeah. Even drinking, drinking,
Moderation.
moderation, have a glass or two,
I always love seeing those memes or somebody in interviews like, this lady's 104 years old. What's your answer? Well, I've had a shot of bourbon every year since whatever. It's like
every year.
every day, excuse me, every
I
day.
was like, wow.
And like,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, come on. But moderation, how your system balances, you'll know it. You can know when you wake up in the morning, you know how you feel.
Right.
It's important for those moderations. So
Yeah. Everything. I mean, coffee cake, birthday cake. That's why your birthday's only once a
yeah,
year.
well, indulge today. It's my birthday.
You could probably eat that whole thing in like a day and a half.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Won't do that.
But you
Disclaimer.
won't because moderation.
Right, freeze half of it.
Reflection and takeaway. I think honestly, for me, what I take about this is we should look back. We should look at things that worked and didn't work and be able to make adjustments.
Right.
Because life is about that. Like today is not the same as yesterday. It's not going to be the same as tomorrow. You have to be able to kind of make adjustments in your life that work for you.
Well,
and as you age, especially.
yeah, they call it wisdom, right? I mean, really, that's the part that I do appreciate that it's like, oh, I've been there before. I've done this before. I've seen this before. And it's not necessarily so hard anymore in certain tasks because if you've learned from your life and reflect on how you got there, it will help you the next day going forward. So I really appreciate aging in that case because I feel like it's my pride. We started a resort life, and it's like this is a very natural flow for us as a business
Right.
style because both of us are retailers innately. We both love people. We both love, and I have a love for wheels, and you're learning to love them. And so that's a big
I
part
love
of it, right?
wheels.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love them as much as you do,
Yeah,
but,
no,
but I love riding in them.
But that wisdom and that reflection is that now to me it's like I've
Yeah.
been here, I've done this before, I know how to do that. Let's do it this way. So that's really what really blessed in that case. Wisdom is a big part of the enjoyment of aging, as I say.
Right. Oh, for sure. Okay, so we've talked about the things that the experts say are good for you ways you can age gracefully. But let's talk about for a moment the movie stars, the unrealistic expectation in this world to look good, feel good. I mean, every time I read something about Jennifer Aniston and I being the same age, I'm like, gag me. Why don't I look like that?
Because she's
Right.
in the spa every day,
Right.
has laser treatment, she has this, she has that, she has Botox, she has plastic surgery, she has. I mean, that's
But
also
that's
our
what's
world
out
built
there,
on beauty,
right?
right?
Yes.
Well, our world is built on beauty.
So-
there's an age-old statement to that.
So some people feel that aging gracefully includes Botox, plastic surgery,
Hey, if that's you,
diet aids.
you do you.
That's how I feel too. And even the stars. Okay, so Sally Fields, okay, I'm dating myself, but I love Sally Fields and she's in her 70s and was in a million movies that I loved including Still Magnolias. But she decided she is not doing any of the things that would help her to age. I'm not going to say better, but differently than anything but
Age
naturally.
along with the societal expectation.
She's going to age naturally,
Yeah.
not the movie star way. Okay. So you look at Sally Fields and you look at Dolly Parton, who are about the same age, and you go, whoa, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Here, I mean, those are your extremes.
Right.
They're your extremes.
Well, I think Dolly started with beauty. I mean, she was
Absolutely.
so you also to jump into the lane. I mean, Sally Fields is historically a superstar in terms of her own right. But yeah, I mean, it's a choice. You get to
Sally
make the
Fields is
choice.
like your mom. You know, she's just like the mom next door, and Dolly Parton is like the superstar, right? But so my point to that is we all get to make that choice. And we all get to decide what is right for us. Right. And I've seen some people that, we've all seen people that are like, whew, wow, that's a lot of plastic surgery. But you know what? That makes them feel good.
Yeah. Well,
So
look,
who am I to judge?
Moderation is key to that too. I
Well,
think.
but who are we to judge? Like everybody gets to age and be who they want to be.
Right.
And I think if it makes you feel good, as long as it's not super unhealthy, but even that is your choice. If
sure.
if it makes you feel good, do it. I don't know. However you want to do it. I don't have to do it, but I don't feel that we should be judgy.
Well, there you go. All right.
That's just my opinion.
Stay tuned.
I think people should be them.
Right. Well,
I love Dolly Parton now. Do I think it's very extreme? Absolutely. But good for her.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you do you. It's the name of the game.
Yeah.
But that's aging in such a way that you find your lane to be comfortable. It's how it works.
Yeah. So here we are on the day of your birthday. How do you feel? Okay. How do you feel about going into the next year, about aging gracefully?
They say age is a number. It really is, because I don't get up in the morning and think, oh my God, I'm going to be 58 today. It's never even a conclusion. I think the part is, like I said, embrace it, learn to live with it. Give your own example of what that looks like to people. I have guys that are 10 years my younger than I can whip them physically and mentally.
Whip them.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I think the part is that you make the lane, you make the choice. Take some of these bullet points we brought out and grab along. Let's go.
So I would love to know what other people do. These are some things that the
let's
experts
get some
have
feedback
said.
on that,
Okay.
right.
So I would love to know. Please go on our Instagram or YouTube where you're watching it, Facebook, Spotify. Leave us comments on what you do that makes you feel good as you're aging. Talking to you.
Well, it sounds.
I want to know.
But we need to know. And like and subscribe if you can. It will help support us and help get in our direction. It'll help us understand where we're going with this, because each one of these little topics that we're doing, just like today, there's something every day in your life that can bring up as a topic.
Yes.
This is the fun part about our podcast, right? Is what we do in our lives.
And this is every day.
Yeah, this is
everyday life.
Yep.
So I feel that you need to make a wish and blow out some candles because,
here we go. Well, all right.
I couldn't get 58 candles on here. I don't even know if I know how to. Here, I'm going to let you light that because you're probably better at that.
You really got, maybe we just, we have I think a breeze in the room.
Oh, yeah, we might.
Yeah, they're not going to light for us.
Oh, we got the fan on. Okay. Here.
Oh, well, you got to.
You might have to
This might
just
be a
do
long
a couple
haul
of them.
here.
Okay, so blow out one candle.
Okay, how about I do 3? Okay.
Okay, make a good wish. Ooh.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
58.
Love you. All right, aged and gracefully. Here we go.
Come back to see you soon.